Hey, Shalom. It's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. And this is the city of Milwaukee, where violence has become a top priority for our young and restless sons and daughters. You understand? The the way to endure and to fight against certain things that may challenge you every day are all laid out in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And once we get that spookism off the Bible, then we'll be able to do something else. Give me a second. Hey, Shalom. Yo, Shishah Brakatah. All right. So yeah, Salakia. So yeah. So endurance in the truth is something that you're gonna have to have. Not only are you gonna have to have a great understanding about what's happening in the scriptures, man, but you're gonna have to know how to endure. And maybe the truth may get repetitive every day, but what's not repetitive? People who smoke weed do that every day. It becomes repetitive, but yet they don't ever stop smoking weed. You understand? First of all, before I even get into this joint, man, I want to say big up to to Commander Jenny Yohana, you know what I'm saying, in the Chicago school, the whole Midwest zones. I want to give a big the water to them and the welcome and the hospitality that they had for the Akim coming from Milwaukee. Commander Jenny Yohana, all the generals that were there, all the generals that weren't, the sisters that was there. It was an amazing event. Um, you know what I'm saying? And even though it broke a young man's pocket, you know what I'm saying, we still gonna have to get up and endure. Nevertheless, speaking of endurance, just know this thing, man. If you endure, you know what I'm saying, as long as you can, you will see the kingdom of the Lord. That is the point. You know what I'm saying? Like the kingdom of the Lord is something that we so want. You understand? But we don't understand how to obtain it. Um, so when we go look through the Bible, I'll go first to Second Esdras chapter 7 and verse 6. All right. Yeah, Second Esdras 7 verse 6. All right, let me see. So I'll read this right here. All right. This is Second Esdras chapter 7 and verse 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. Like you like we want that city that we can build. How much do we always hear blacks and Hispanics always talking about how they want their own cities, how they want their own gates to be open, how they want their own commerce to happen. We always talking about we want our economics, we want our rulership, we want to be able to do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? As men of God and as women of God. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you right now, being an Israelite is not enough. Being an Israelite is not enough to get into the kingdom of heaven. To get into the kingdom of heaven, you have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments on a daily basis. And you have to fight on a daily basis. Like you looking at the Christian church, anybody can go into the Christian church. I don't give a damn what race you are, what creed of life, like what nationality you have, what religion you have. Anybody is accepted in Christianity. And the core values of Christianity are the ones that you see spread about in social media, the ones that set about in TV every day. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to start realizing that there's only one way into the truth, and that's in the Israelite School EPK. I'll continue to read. Verse 2. And he said, verse 7. And he said unto me, the entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall. Now, listen, it's easy to fall out of the truth. You understand? Your spirit can fall at any moment, and this place is a narrow path. It's like you're walking on a straight line, like think to yourself, you got a straight line from one building to the next, and I forget what they call that, but it's like a balance beam, but it's like a rope, and you got the leverage, the leverage weight that'll keep you afloat. Like that's being in the truth. Being in the truth is walking a fine line from wickedness is behind you, and from what's in front of you is that thing that you want, the kingdom of heaven, being changed as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So it says the entrance thereof is narrow. So you're not about to be able to just squeeze everybody through here. This is a gate that nobody likes to take. Usually when it comes to entering into a city, they have a big gate that's open, and all type of things can get in and get out. People, animals, trucks, cars, buses, vans. That's how it is. But in the kingdom of heaven, to get from wickedness to the kingdom of heaven, you're gonna have to be able to go through a narrow and dangerous, you know what I'm saying, gate. Like you're gonna have to go through an entrance, man, that's hard to squeeze through. You understand? And the things that you have to leave behind, you know what I'm saying, is how you're able to squeeze through. Imagine yourself having a bunch of baggage trying to squeeze through a crook. It's not happening. You're gonna have to drop some weight. You're gonna have to drop some of those things that you carry with you all day, every day. Like what can some of those things be? Some of those things could be your religious mindset that you have. Certain things, your social anxiety that you have. Let's see, your inability to work well with others. You know what I'm saying? These are all spiritual things. You know what I'm saying? Your love for every race on the planet. Your drug addictions. You see what I'm saying? The spirit of a whore, the spirit of a liar, spirit of a murderer, the spirit that doesn't forgive your brothers and sisters. You understand? You're gonna have to lose that dead weight. You're gonna have to drop Christmas. You're gonna have to drop the holidays, your birthdays. You're gonna have to drop all of these things, man. And you're gonna have to stop, you know what I'm saying, being a monster to your wives. You're gonna have to stop being a monster to your husbands. You're gonna have to prepare your heart to go where it needs to go. And you cannot squeeze through that narrow entrance with all of that on you. You're gonna have to let some of that weight go. And that's the name of the game. You have to drop it all to get in that gate. And you're gonna have to leave it outside once you get in that gate. All right. So I'm gonna keep reading. It says, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left hand a deep water. Meaning, okay, if I may, can I get one of those waters, please?
Are they hot?
That's fine. Or unless there's cold ones in there.
It's cold.
All right, no sweat. The water.
It's all right.
All right, no sweat. So, it says as if there were fire on the right hand. You think about that, man. You got fire on the right hand. Let's think lava, right? Let's think lava on one hand. So if you can't go to the right hand, you can't veer to the right, because if you veer to the right, you're gonna touch that fire. You're gonna fall in the fire, or you're gonna touch a wall of fire. You understand? And then you can't go to the left hand, because if you don't keep on your path, you're gonna fall into deep water and drown. You understand? So, it's like when you enter into this life, you don't have a choice. You look to the right and you see all of the destruction and death that happens to people that can't leave the things, you know what I'm saying, that's weighing them down. You understand? They can't leave the baggage at the door, you know what I'm saying, to get into this gate. They have to bring it with them. And these are the people that fall into destruction. These are the people that could not leave envy and strife and hate and murmur and gossip. They couldn't leave that alone. They still thought that they were going to come in the truth and still gossip. They thought they were still going to come in the truth and still hate and have envy in their heart towards another brother or sister. But it makes you lean to the right. And after a while, you veer off of that path and you fall into destruction. You understand? your holidays and your Christmases, your birthdays. You done now. Let's say you don't have that, but you struggle with drug addiction and you struggle with birthdays and being vain and all of that, and it's gonna make you lean to the left. As you're falling to the left, I want you to make sure that you understand you don't want to let go of the things that you have. So as you fall, you're gonna still hold tight onto those things, even when you're drowning in sin. You're gonna drown in sin, but you're gonna hold tight to the weed smoke. It makes drowning in that deep water. It makes that a little bit more tolerable for you. But if you're gonna walk to success, if you're gonna walk through that gate of the kingdom of heaven, then I tell you what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to let go of the baggage that you had, the weight that you have on the right hand, and you're gonna have to let go of the weight that you have on the left hand, even the oppression that haunts you and daunts your life every single day. You're gonna have to let it go. You understand? Right now, Trooper, where we are is we're in Second Esdras chapter 7 and verse, and now we're going to verse 8. Do you have the Apocrypha?
Yeah.
All right, no sweat.
Yes, sir.
All right, no sweat. Please keep that sword off the ground, please.
Oh, yeah.
All right. The Apocrypha is what you need. All right. I'm gonna have you pick up where I left off from. All right, no worries. Take this. Here, take this. Take that one. We up here at verse 8. Here, you want to take this? No, you got a regular King James. Let me get there with you. Second Esdras chapter 7 and verse 8 is where we're at.
You put the fan on, sir?
I'm too wild. If you need it, then you can go ahead. Go right ahead. We probably gonna need it in a minute when everybody start pulling up. All right. So listen again before he reads the next scripture. Just turn it down a tick. Before he read, yeah, you want to put it on 2, it's fine. All right. So before he reads the next verse, again, what we're talking about is that weight that we don't want to lose. We don't want to let go of the birthdays, the holidays. A lot of sisters don't want to give that control over to their man. You understand? A lot of brothers don't want to take the time to nurture their marriage. You understand, as they should. But I'm gonna tell you what, that's weight that you can't. It's gonna make you fall off path. And again, remember, you have fire on the right hand. You got a lava, a flaming fire on the left hand, on the right hand. If you fall off this way, and then you got deep water. If you fall off to the left, the things that you have that you're taking with you, you can't bring. And if you just so happen to be able to sneak something in there, it's gonna be dead weight as you're trying to go through this narrow gate. And I'm gonna tell you what, you either gonna veer to the right or you're gonna veer to the left, or you're gonna let it all go and you're gonna come in the truth as a new person being born again. Go ahead.
Is that why we should join the Isupk for accountability? Somebody watch over you while you take this walking journey.
That's precisely why you should join the UPK, because you got men in here that not only do we judge people outside of the UPK, but we judge inwardly too. So, which means you can't come in here and just do I know that I'm held accountable for everything that I do in here. So I'm gonna hold every man accountable underneath my rank, that's underneath my care, my guidance, and my tutelage. And as you're going, somebody is giving you accountability and tutelage and endurance and reassurance and accommodation, and then they're giving you knowledge on how to do it as you navigate your way through. So there is a guide. You understand? There's a voice at the end that's calling you, telling you, hey, watch your step. That would be your camp leader, your captain. You know what I'm saying? In this case, that would be me, which is why I'm big on communication. I'm big on it. I'm big on communication. because if I don't know what's going on in your life, then it'll be hard for me to assess it. So another reason why I always try to get the brothers to come together, to get the brothers to come together and do anything, play cards, play the game. You know what I'm saying? We can go to the gun range and shoot. We can, whatever. I'm trying to get brothers around because that time I'm able to sit back and check you out, check your spirit, and see what's bothering you, see what kind of weight you got on you, because I know what it looks like. All of this type of baggage is identifiable to me because I carried the same thing, or I left the same thing at the door. I carried it to the door, but I realized I had to let it go. And a lot of people don't realize that they have to let this go. A lot of people are hide this stuff, this pain, this deceit, the envy, the hate, the lies, the vanity. They'll hide it under their clothes as they try to go through, but it just gets heavier and heavier and heavier as you walk that straight line. You understand? So endurance, it'll cause you to not endure. Imagine trying to run a marathon on a straight path, and wearing 1,000 pounds in armor. It'll be very difficult to do, huh? And the people that can see you will say, you didn't drop that weight. So now I got to come and help you drop this weight so that you can run that marathon. Go ahead.
Also, go with that, you got to train for that type of stuff. So you get to train, so you come to UK, get trained up how to handle situations and how to express your feelings and get counsel and make your way life.
You're right. You're right, and it does, and that's the point. I need for the people that trying to come into the truth. That's that narrow gate, man. The kingdom of heaven is in the UPK. Kingdom of heaven is a state of mind. You understand? And I don't see that nowhere else except for in the UPK. But to get in the UPK, like, we don't want everybody. You can be cut off as quick as you want to leave. You can go. You understand? Because this is a place where you're gonna have to really change. You can't speak all the things you want to say with your mouth and don't change. I demand results. You understand? So read verse 8, please.
2nd Esdras chapter 7, verse 8. And one only path between them both.
Stop. Want to say that again?
And one only path between them both.
There's only one path between both. You understand? There's only one path between the fire, and there's only one path between the deep water. One path, not several, not this denomination, not that denomination, not Episcopalian, not Islam, not there's never, don't ever let somebody say, oh man, yeah, I know I'm a Muslim, I know you're an Israelite, you know what I'm saying? We all serve God though. No, we don't. It's only one way to the Lord, and that's through the UPK. And people hate us for saying that. When we say if you're not in the UPK, then you're not in the truth, man. It's not. You're not. It's just you're something else. The reason why we say that is because we understand the Bible. There's only one way to the Lord. We saying we got it. So if a person, So if a person say that they have the truth, now it's time to see who really got it. It's either us or you. So let's see who got it. And how many opponents that we done had in the UPK? Thousands upon thousands upon thousands. Yet the doctrine in the Israelite school UPK has always been solid. The men in the Israelite UPK, school of UPK, that stay and endure have always been solid. You understand? And it has never failed. It never went nowhere. Go ahead. You want to say something?
The doctrine's holding up because everybody branch off with their own doctrine. Still can't stand that. They learn from UPK and start their own thing. They got their original from UPK.
Exactly.
So how can you come against what you've been taught?
Well, they can't.
That is impossible.
Christ said this. How could anybody that's not with me speak lightly of me? Might be butchering that scripture, but if you teach in a formula that Christ taught you to teach, and that criteria which is in the UPK, you can't leave the UPK and then say you hate the UPK because you're doing everything that you learned from the UPK. Exactly. So in turn, what you're saying is you hate yourself, and not only that, you might not know that you pushing what we want you to push, but you are. When you go out there and say Jesus Christ is a black man, from the tribe of Judah, you're pushing UPK doctrine. So whether you think you helping us or not, you still helping us. You understand? If you go out here and you wear Israelite garments and the headpieces and the fringes, you're pushing the UPK. Even though you think you're not. Even if your shirt don't say Men of War, but you got a shirt that got a shield on it, well, that comes from the UPK. You pushing the UPK. You got a beard, you understand, and you talking about you love the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and you're saying that you're an Israelite and from the tribe of Judah based off the 12 tribe chart, then guess what? You're pushing the UPK. Whether you know it, unknowingly, you're pushing it. It's just like with women. Women that dress like whores out there, and they say, oh, I'm dressing like this for me. Oh, I'm dressing this good for me. No, you're not. You're doing that for men. That's what you're doing. You're wearing the clothes of a whore because you know that men will give you the attention that you want. You're doing it for the attention that you want, but whose attention are you getting? You're getting a man's attention. So women who dress like whores don't even understand that you're dressing like whores because men want you to dress like whores, not because you want to dress like a whore. You see, the situation is different. A woman is fooled in her own stupid, silly mind to think that she's able to dress like this because she woke up one morning and said, I'm gonna just dress like this. You know what men want? Men want to see your ass out. Men want to see your breast out. Men want to see you walk and move like a whore that they can have sex with. And you played right into their game. Why? Because they don't want to have to imagine what's under that long dress. They rather just see it. Go ahead. I'm talking about wicked men. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Wicked men only want their own wild dress like that. They look at a whore, but they might take that off. They don't right looking at they want. Like
exactly.
You know what I mean?
So it's hypocrisy the whole way. Read.
2nd Esdras, chapter 7, verse 8. And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water. So small.
How big?
So small.
What's the size of this path?
So small.
The Israelite school of UPK is that small path. And it's so small. Go ahead.
So small that there could be one man.
There's what?
But one man. So small that there could be but one man go there at once.
That's the point. It's hard to get in the UPK. It's hard. You just was able to get into the school, and it wasn't an easy task.
No, it wasn't.
You understand? But you might have had a little, knowledge of what to do and all of this, and you've been groomed. You know what I'm saying? You've been preparing your soul to see what comes as to being in the UPK. But you just got in here. You have no clue what I'm about to require of you, what the Lord requires of you. But you took that oil on your head and you signed your life away to the Most High Power. So now that oath is between you and him. And the lawful orders that you get from me, it'll teach you how to really be a man that's walking on that one path. You understand? And remember this, brother, whenever you feel like you want to give up, remember there's fire and then there's water on either side. You understand? So, go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah, everything I learned from the UPK on the outside. I was learning from the UPK, getting ready for my journey with the UPK.
Damn right.
But I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. I've been married, divorced, prison. I owe my life to the Lord. So whatever I go through, I go through.
That's it. And that's the mind of a soldier. That's the mind of a soldier, brother. You know what I mean? So keep reading.
2nd Esdras 7, chapter 7, verse 9. If this city now were given unto a man for inheritance.
Nigga, this is the kingdom of heaven that we're talking about. Because what did the Lord say was going to be our inheritance? Rulership over the planet Earth. That's this city we talking about. We talking about Jerusalem. We're talking about peace for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and ruling the planet under our king. Go ahead.
If he never shall pass the danger set before it.
Did it say the danger set before it, or did it say the fellowship before it?
if he never shall pass the danger set before
A
it.
lot of people think that being a part of coming into the body of Christ is some wonderful feeling, and that it's just something free of danger. This is a dangerous path that you walk. The Israelite School of UPK, being a priest in here or someone that serves the Lord in here, is the most dangerous job you can do on this planet, which is why we tell fake Israelite groups, do not try this at home, because if you're not a trained professional and you don't know how to do this, you might just get shot at camp. You understand? It's happening, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So, it's a very dangerous thing to do. Somebody might spit on you. Somebody might come and charge your camp, whoop you. You know what I'm saying? Do a lot of things to you. The Christians might come and beat you up. Christian women might beat you with shoes. You understand? All of that. Go ahead.
So I think gangs don't even respect fake Israelite groups.
Oh,
they don't look at these real men of God. Look at they claim on them.
I know.
Yeah, I know
Because I did some rough years in Chicago on Madison and Pulaski. That's on the west side in one of the most dangerous drug blocks in Chicago, because there's so much competition. And we asked the brothers if they can move away from the block so that we can teach the Lord's work. And we tell them off the rip, man, while we here, this block belongs to Commander General Yohana. You understand? We're going to come out here and teach the truth about what's going on. And they look at us and they see themselves. They just see somebody that was able to elevate, you understand, from the way that they are today. But when they see fake Israelite groups, they don't want them there, man. They can tell that they're not genuine in what they're saying. They out here for views. And let me tell you something. Being a part of the work of the Lord is not about views, but because before there was ever an internet and a YouTube and Instagram and everything was about likes, there was the UPK, brother. And we didn't do this for likes. And we still don't do this for likes. You understand? But we got to get this thing out. We got to get this message out to these people so that they can at least have a chance to change their life before Christ and them angels come back. Because once that happens, it's too late. So we got to give it our all to come out here and build this up. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, read.
2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 9. If he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
See, look, in here, you got to endure. You got to pass through the dangers. You got to pass through all the temptations. And for all my brothers out there that's considering joining the Israelite School of UPK, don't join us because you think we got money. Don't join us because you think we make life easier for you to live. On the contrary, coming to join the Israelite School of UPK is going to be the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. The most trying thing. Your family is going to start to hate you. They're going to start to talk shit to you. Excuse me, my friends. They're going to start talking crazy to you. They ain't going to want to be around you. You can lose your wife if she not 10 toes down with you. You can lose your job, your slavery, your cars, but you got to be ready to lose all of that, man. And I know there's something mental that don't want you to do it, but brother, listen, you're going to have to do it. If you listen to my voice, I'm telling you, if you want the kingdom of heaven, it comes at a price. There's a danger that comes with it. You could lose your life. You could lose your freedom. But guess what? You can never leave off of this path. Go ahead.
2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 10. And I said, it is so, Lord. Them said he unto me, even so also in Israel's portion.
Read verse 11.
Verse 11. Because for their sake I made the world, and when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done.
Yeah, that's the point. What this is saying is Adam had the law. Adam had the law. You understand? And he transgressed that law. The laws have always been here, even since Adam. And we've always been men ever since then that had a problem with understanding the law, with keeping the law. You understand? Adam fell weak to that woman. You understand? You cannot fall weak to women. You just can't do it. I I got wives out there right now, man. I don't know, man. One of them somewhere she claims she in Europe. The other one somewhere on the south side of Milwaukee or something like that. Another one somewhere in Chicago claims she's still my wife. And then I got one that's here 10 toes down with me now. You see what I'm saying? But one second. But the reason why they're not here with me is because I'm going to tell you what, I didn't put what she wanted first over the work of the Lord. And it's usually always that. You see what I'm saying? Women always say that they love a man and they love God until they're tried. And then when they're tried, you start to see who they really are. And then you get to see that now you know that you're serving the Lord. You know that the Lord is happy at what you're doing. You're not a hypocrite. You're not a liar about how you live your life. Everybody can see it. Your reputation is standard. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe sometimes over standard, exemplary. And the earth knows the earth and God knows your reputation. And guess what? The woman still won't bow down to you. Wanna know why? Too much baggage trying to come into the truth. Bag, you ever heard that song from Erykah Badu? Bag lady. That they bag ladies. So they'll veer all the way to the point where they're gonna drop into that fire, but then they want to keep holding on to that man. They'll hold on to that man because if they hold on to that man, they won't drop into the fire. But they still far away from that man where he don't have control over the situation from the left and to the right. But he got to keep moving. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna keep moving. It's your job to hold on to me. I'm going full steam ahead. Win, lose, or draw, I know what's at the end of this tunnel. And if I can make it to this tunnel, the win that we gonna get, every man has to do it for itself. You understand? Every man got to do it for itself. And you just got to stay focused at your goal. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Yes, so I want to say two things. One thing is that women watch you. They watch their men. So if you playing with the truth anyway,
oh yeah,
you're not gonna respect.
Oh man, yeah, for sure.
Second of all, you see my rib. I got a beautiful young girl, 40 years old. But I told her every day. I tell her, you can go. You're not gonna do this truth. You can go. I'm gonna let her go. But no, and she's pretty, good, everything.
Hey, look.
I don't want you to treat like a young woman because you're not the truth.
Right.
You know, I tell her straight up.
Facts.
That's what I'm on. You gonna be on this? Go find another man.
Facts.
I'm content.
Facts. Damn right. And I'm gonna tell you this as well. What you said first is for sure that, because a woman is waiting to see you mess up so she can say, well, you ain't perfect. Well, I got to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? If you give your woman that right to say that, then you a scumbag anyway. This truth is a little bit too much for you. You know what I'm saying? You probably need to relax on saying you and the truth, because your woman is looking to see you naked. She's looking to see your shame. You know what I'm saying? And when she see your shame, it's just like getting beat up in the streets. It's like you're always tough with your wife. Yeah, this, yeah, that, blah, blah, blah. The moment you go get in the streets and get punked or beat up by somebody else, as soon as you get home and you tell her, hey, man, you cooked them eggs. She gonna hurry up and cook. Well, you ain't say that to Rodney. You know what I'm saying? That's how she looking at you in the truth. Hey, I need you to do this, pay your tithe, be on time, be a woman of God, cover your head up, do this and the third. She gonna say, but I saw that you was over there smoking weed with Pookie now. How you gonna tell me to serve the Lord, but you smoking weed with the guys every day? You faking. Does your captain know? You know what I'm saying? Your captain know that you trying to have sex with every woman that come through the school? I'm telling you, they looking and they want to see it, and they're waiting for it because you're their scapegoat. Because when the generals ask this, well, why ain't you doing this? Why won't you be a good woman to your husband? Why won't you just be a good wife? You know what she's gonna say? Well, sir, he's not a good priest. You know what I'm saying? I'm just following his lead. You know what I'm saying? Every woman coming to school, he talking too much to him and friendly too much to him, going to pick him up, taking him home, and then next thing you know, I got another sister that's married to my husband. That's every woman that come through here. I see it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what about the other brothers? You know what I'm saying? Like, they really looking on your case, brother. You can't be a liar, a thief, a selfish man up in here. You can't be that. The scriptures say you have to be blameless. And your woman, she looking for that one spot to show that you ain't blameless. You see what I'm saying? And then look, even some women, they see it, and you know, they still see you ain't blameless, but they not with it. because you don't worship them. You don't put them first. You understand? And that's the problem. You got to put this work first. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep reading though.
2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 11. Because for their sakes I made the world. And when, hold on.
Verse 12 we at.
Verse 12. Okay. 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 12. Then were the entrance of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail.
See, that's the point. Don't come in here unless you're ready to go through some sorrow and pain and travail. Why? Because you're letting go of all of the things that you loved in the world. But as you're going through it, you don't see why the Lord allows you to go through these things. You don't understand that you're really being tried. The Lord is really grooming you to make sure that once you get to this other side, as you go through this gate, when you come out into the city, you're gonna be pure, and then you're gonna be ready to receive 100 times the things that you lost already. You know what I'm saying? 10 times the wives that you lost already. 5 times, 100 times, 70 times the children that you lost, the family that you lost. When you come into the UPK, you gain a family. You don't lose one. You gain a family that's alive. Let the dead be where they want to be. Dead is content with being in the dirt. Go ahead.
So like, I just began the truth with this over this fire weekend, which I love, by the way. Giving shout out to Commander General Yohana.
That's right.
And I felt more love with that cookout than I did at all my family put together.
Good night.
You know what I mean? I could really testify to that. I didn't know how to just, everywhere. I felt at the lecture, I just felt a lot of love and everything from my UPK brothers. You know,
listen,
I never felt that before.
Hey, listen, man, that's all that goes to the Lord, because again, we all came in here to do something, and that something is to be brothers to each other. Like, you got to realize that if the Crips and the Bloods and the Gangster Disciples and the BDs and the Latin Kings and Stones, if they all learn how to love each other like that, brother, that's half of the game. Scriptures say, "Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired." First of all, when you a nation that's not desired, you got to see that the earth hates you. You don't got time to hate each other. You got to put towards a unified front, and you got to learn how to love each other. And that's what Commander General Yohana did in the UPK.
Yes,
he took them different gangs and brought them all together and taught them how to really love each other for real. Not that fake love. I'm talking about real love. Something that starts first with what you do to a brother, how you speak to a brother, how you deal with a brother. And then you'll understand what feeling the love looks like. And if these brothers didn't fight against the spirit that was on them first, they wouldn't even know what love is either, to even give you the love to feel. See what I'm saying? So it's heavy, man. We got to really soldier up in here. Read.
2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 12. Then were the entrance of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils, and very painful.
Man, listen, I know you might be coming through the truth and you starting to figure out like, damn, I was feeling better in the Christian church. Well, then if you was feeling better in the Christian church, then that's how you know you're not where the Lord wants you to be. Because to get to the kingdom of heaven, to get into the truth, to really serve the Lord, it said what? They are but few what?
Few and evil, full of perils, and very painful.
Yeah, man, it's very painful, man. Go ahead, read verse 13.
2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 13. For the interests of the elder world were wide and sure. So I can read that again. For the interests of the elder world were wide and sure. Yeah,
look, the world that you came from, the way to get in there is wide, and I'm sure you know that you can be in that anytime you want. You understand? Read.
and brought immortal fruit.
Oh yeah, it brought immortal fruit. Go ahead.
Verse 14. If then that they live, Salakia. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things.
Yeah, that's the point. Like they don't want to live straight. You understand? They don't want to live, you know what I'm saying, the way that they should. They don't want to let go of vanity. They don't want to, you know what I'm saying, go through nothing that hurts. They're not willing to do that to serve God. The only thing that they're willing to do is feel good every day with a song and a dance. They'll give their money to anybody that sings. Go ahead.
2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 14. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them.
Like, listen, you gotta resist the things that you don't that you want so bad. You gotta resist it. Otherwise, you'll never ever make it to the kingdom of heaven. Ever. It's just never gonna happen. And let me tell you something. Doing that requires law. Give me Ecclesiasticus chapters 12 and 13. You know what I'm saying? It could be Ecclesiastes, but I think I could be. I'm in the Apocrypha. Well, this the whole thing is the Bible. But one second, go to Ecclesiasticus first. Let me make sure this ain't the one. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and 13. No, it's Ecclesiastes. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. Salaki. Chapter 12. In verse 12. You start at verse 12. Yes. Ecclesiastes chapter 12. All right. The thing is, you know, there's only one job that a man has to do. You understand? One job. And if men can do this, brother, we can really rule the earth. And when I say men, I mean Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men first, chiefly. You know what I'm saying? If we do this, then we can gain the momentum that we need, you understand, to run this earth. Ecclesiastes chapter 12. That's a no. Go to the Bible. Go to the Old Testament. All right. And we start at verse 12. All right. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 12. Matter of fact, you could just give me verse 14. 13, actually. 13. All right. Got it?
No, not yet, sir.
No sweat. Right before Song of Solomon.
Uh-oh.
Right after Proverbs, right before Song of Solomon. It's in between Proverbs and Song of Solomon. You know what I'm saying? People want to know. You want to know out there how you serve God and what's your job when it comes to serving God. Well, first of all, they have to have a foundation. And if you don't follow the what the Lord wants you to do, then you're just out of sync with everything. You know what I'm saying? Just look at how evil men are, right? Evil men will abuse the earth, they'll abuse the water, they'll abuse the air, they'll abuse themselves, they'll abuse their families. And I know I'm being vague, but here's how you abuse the air. When you pollute the air with things that should not be in the air. Here's how you pollute the earth. When you when you got nothing but cigarette wrappers and all that on the floor, you polluting the earth. You know what I'm saying? You polluting the earth. Here's another way you pollute the earth, with the blood of your brother. You understand? You polluting the earth with the blood of your own brother. Here's how you pollute yourself. Here's how you you know what I'm saying, destroy yourself. You abuse yourself by being a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? Being a liar, being into the LGBT or Q arts. You understand? Allowing a man to put his rod in your behind and you're a man, then yeah, you messing up. You know what I mean? You're abusing yourself. You're abusing yourself when you get tattoos. I know it's common culture to have tattoos and to do all of that, but that's against the culture of the Lord. You understand? Shalom, sis. That's against the culture of the Most High to do that. You know what I mean? I'll read it for time's sake, but it's Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. All right, it said, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter." All right, the conclusion of the whole matter of what? The purpose of life, right? What's the purpose of life? The purpose of life is this. You ready? Fear God and keep His commandments. What does it mean to fear God? Who knows? Raise your hand if you know. Go ahead.
Without using language terms, to be mindful of His judgment, of His correction, and the consequences of disobeying His laws.
That's the point. That's the point. That's how you fear God. Am I saying that when you see God that you got to be afraid like you saw Casper the Ghost?
Right.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. When it says fear God, it means respect His process. Because you know in His process, if you do not keep His commandments, there's a punishment that comes with that. Not keeping the commandments of the Lord is an offense. And there is a law behind not keeping it. And the law may dictate what happens to you if you steal. It may dictate what happens to you if you commit adultery. And let me tell you something. People who commit adultery, a lot of them might get away with it today, but it's a lot of them that aren't. And it's not popular, you know what I'm saying, in society to see that all the time. But now it's becoming popular because it's like it's content. It can go viral. You know what I'm saying? Like Cheaters was a television show that got popular off of adultery. You see what I'm saying? Among a bar. So, yeah, you're looking at people who wanted to fight other men for having sex with their woman, for sure. But the problem with that is then you saw women trying to fight men for getting another wife. And then you know what that does? That creates the confusion in how marriage should go when the Lord said a man can have as many wives as he wants. You see what I'm saying? Nevertheless, though, those women that were caught in the act of adultery, that was totally against the Lord. It's some women that get caught in the act of adultery and they lose their life because that man see you with another man and smoke you and him. Well, guess what? That was the judgment of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because if you commit adultery, you're putting yourself at risk to be shot up or to be stabbed up or something bad or evil happen to you. And that's just the facts. So are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm in the slide.
All right, start from fear God, please.
Ecclesiastes, what chapter? 12?
12 and chapter 12 and verse 13 is where we at.
Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep His commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
This is what you're living for. This is what you should be working towards. Your job as a man in the Israelite school of PK, as a man of God, as a man who comes from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, your number one job is to fear the Most High and to keep His commandments. That is your entire job. That's your purpose on earth. Now you know what your purpose and what you live for. Your purpose is not to get women. Your purpose is not to be the richest man on the planet. Your purpose is not to have all of the clothes. It's not to have the flyest cars. Your purpose is not to do things that are vain. Your purpose is to serve God, period.
Ah.
And then if you serve God, obviously those things are going to be added to you anyway. Because what's more precious on this earth than a true man of the Most High? Nothing. Nothing. What is not? Well, excuse me. What's more precious to the Lord than a man who's obedient to Him? Nothing. Now the earth may hate you. People in the world hate you and what you do. I misspoke. They hate you. You understand? But the Lord loves you. He always makes a way. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that you get what you need to get, and it ain't came from a Christian church or a Christian pastor. Shalom. You understand? So, all right, go ahead, read.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 14. For God will bring every work into judgment.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
With,
Go ahead.
with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Yeah, like, listen, there's always a consequence for the things that you do, whether it be good or whether it be evil. You understand? Shalom, priest. You know what I mean? So if you want to serve the Lord and gain the kingdom of heaven, do that. But if you want to serve yourself and you want to serve vanity and receive whatever punishment that the Lord got for you, do that then. But don't be mad at the Lord. Don't be mad at the Israelite School UPK when your life goes to hell. You understand? Don't be mad then. Don't do that. You make sure that you just as bold as you were when you were serving the Lord. Be that bold in wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at the Lord and ask why this is happening to me. It's some women out there that died, that whored on their husbands and died. That knew what the truth was in the Israelite School UPK, left the damn school, decided to go get another man, and are dead. You understand? And as they were dying, you know what I'm saying, from whatever circumstances they died from, you know what I bet you they did? They tried to tell the Lord that they were sorry for what they did. Too late now. Too late now. As bold as you were when you were serving the Lord, now you be that bold and watch the Lord scorn you. He gonna laugh at you in that time when you're dying. I promise you, it's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So now you can drop that. Give me Mark chapter 4 and 16. You know what I mean? Now, and then somebody give me Proverbs chapter 3 and 11. Somebody give me Hebrews 12. All right. Somebody give me Mark chapter 4 and 16. I need Proverbs chapter 3 and 11. And then I need Hebrews chapter 12 and 4. Whoever got Mark first, get that. Mark chapter 4, verse 16.
Mark chapter 4, verse 16.
You get there with you, brother.
And these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground. Now, who, when they have heard the word, immediately receive with gladness.
Hold on, let me get there with you. Mark is before Luke. I know that because Matthew told me. I know. You hear what I said? I said Matthew is before Luke. Mark is before Luke because Matthew told me. Okay. Get it? All right, no sweat. You mean start at verse 14.
Mark chapter 4, verse 16.
Okay. 4 and 14, no, the water. I will
Mark
take one of those
4,
7 ups.
The sower soweth the word.
The what?
The sower soweth the word.
The sower.
The sower soweth the word.
The sower, say it again.
The sower soweth the word.
And what does that mean? Who knows? Say it again.
The sower soweth the word.
What does that mean? Come on, y'all. Go ahead. Reply, y'all.
The sower is he's spitting his knowledge to you.
Your man. And what he's spitting is he's spitting the word. He's the sower is a person that does what? First, let's find out what a sower is. What is a sower? That speak up in here. Come on.
Slightly. A person that plants or gives knowledge.
That a person that a sower is the person that seeds the ground. He tills the ground, right? He makes sure all the things are correct for him, so that he can plant the seed. A planter is a sower. All right. Well, this sower sows what?
The word.
He sows the word. He's planting seeds everywhere. Right? Read. Come on, y'all. Where we at?
I want to next. Okay, Mark chapter 4, verse 15.
Yep, 15.
And these are they by the wayside where the word is sown, but when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their heart.
Imagine you planting a seeds. All day you've been planting seeds, corn seeds. Let's say a big cornfield. You planting an old cornfield. You go in the house. As soon as you're done, you like, man, job well done. Oh man, I can go in the house and eat and kick it, watch some TV. And while you in the house, somebody is coming to scoop up every seed that you planted. You come outside trying to figure out why in the hell your corn ain't growing, because there is no corn seeds anymore. As soon as you laid them down, somebody came and ripped them up. That's what it is. That's what it's like when you come into the truth and you hear it and you got all of this stuff being planted. Let me tell you something. You got to stand on it. You got to stand on the fact that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Don't let nobody tell you that he's not, because when somebody can convince you that our oppressor, the white man, is not the devil that the Bible spoke of or speaks of even to this day, then they just ripped the seed that was planted into you out. And that seed was the word of the Lord. Anybody who's now saying that the white man, Esau ain't the white man, and the white man ain't the devil, and like the church of what was it called? God of Crisis Community. I don't know. Community. I don't know. I wanted to say something different, but we online. But God of Church Christ. I don't know. Anyway, in that group, they allow the white man to come in. You understand? They allow devils to come into their church. Go ahead.
You gonna press the dial, church?
No, I'm talking about bubble-eyed blackfish. Go ahead. It's GOCC, but I just don't know what the GOCC stands for. And I don't know. I got something much grim, but I can make some different.
So is that why the Most High tell you to guide your eyes and your ears and everything? But so don't be listening to certain things, don't be watching, be around certain things, so you don't fall into that.
Well, I mean, no, because I can listen to rap music all day, every day. A nigga talking all day, talking about he gonna take another man's woman. When I hear that, brother, I'm not finna go do what they do. I can watch movies where somebody go shoot up the damn the World Trade Center building. I'm not about to go shoot up the World Trade Center building. I can watch movies about gangbanging where somebody is over here chilling and then somebody comes spray up the whole block. I'm not spraying up the whole block. So I can hear music talking about smoke drugs all day. I ain't smoking weed all day. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, sis.
It's
Gatherings of Christ Church. I was about to say gaggers of, but relax. Don't say that, brother. But good night. Man, I should. All right. Anyway, so no, it's not like that. What it is it's like if you came here to learn the truth, you learned the truth. All of those things was planted, and then as you coming through your journey, you doing your 90 days, right? Or you become a young officer and stuff like that. And then you might see somebody say, hey, man, I know the UPK, y'all think they got the truth, man. But check this out. The microchip is the mark of the beast. They give you a breakdown on it. And you're convinced that the microchip is the mark of the beast. Well, brother, they just ripped that seed that the Lord sown into you out of there, and they replaced it with something that really ain't the word of the Lord anyway. Go ahead.
That's also like you say, a young person shouldn't you a captain, but a young person, young officer shouldn't listen and they can be carried away with that doctrine. They'll see it's sown deep even in the wild.
All right, yeah, but here's what I'm saying. Like, if you come into this life school UPK and you watching our classes, I'm not gonna be the one to tell you, hey man, you watching our classes, watch our classes only. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but you're in our classes, no swear you reporting here, no swear you report to somebody, cool. But if you go home and you look and you flick it through and you see some shit where IUIC is talking about they snitch, or you see that they class is saying that a man can only have one wife, and you click that class and you watch that class, you be like, okay, all right. But they saying it's trash, and I know it is because of what I learned in the ISUPK. Then Most High in Christ. But if you that brother that says, see, I agree with everything with the ISUPK except for that multiple wife thing, then you don't need to be in here. I don't want you in here, no way. Go do what the purple guys do. Because you're going to end up going over there, and you're going to get with a wife, and she probably already had she probably did about 3 or 4 of them things up in there already. You have no clue. They're never going to tell you anyway. I'm going to tell you, yeah, you should get with Sister Stephanie Ben Israel, or Bath Israel, or daughter of Israel, or whatever. And brother, last month she was Gawk 3000 on Joseph Israel. And then he something happened with that. He left, came to the UPK. She stayed like a dumbass. They calling him an unrepentant Israelite. She's still in there, sucking on another man's rod. You know what I'm saying? Like you do. I'm gonna tell you like this: you do what you want to do. Don't make me be the one to have to convince you what's real and what's not. I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to teach you. And then when you learn what's right, then just do that. But the reason why brothers leave, because it was much polygamy and all of that. You want to know why? Because they have problems with having multiple wives anyway. They have for they have for LGBT anyway, and they want to clock what you could do with your rod. And listen, what I do with my penis is between me and the Lord, not you, and the women that I'm giving it to. What are you talking about? You understand? So, I mean, I don't want to veer too far off. Nevertheless, you know what I mean? You want to look at it like that. You don't want to okay, boom. Let's say we at camp and we teaching that, the Lord is not with interracial marriages. And as we teach it, we got the heart of a sister. You know what? That makes so much sense. And then a devil come out of nowhere and just, hey, I don't think they, give me a hug. Give me a kiss. I've seen it. I've seen a complete devil, right? Don't know this woman. She a sister at camp. Don't know her. We teaching her this. And then he come up and say, let me get a kiss. He get a kiss from her. So I literally kissing her in the mouth, grabbing her butt all in front of the camp. And they think that they just fought against God. They probably both dead today. I don't know. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Or she probably somewhere locked in his house. She thought that was the man in love. And every single day he come home, he's nigger girl. Did you make my dinner? Nigger girl. She like, yeah, you're so funny. He's serious though. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Keep reading.
Mark chapter 4. I didn't quite. 16.
Yes.
Mark chapter 4, verse 16. And these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground.
Yeah, these are the ones that when you plant the seed, that's why I say when a sower is the one who works up the seed. He works up the dirt first. He makes sure the dirt is fertile before he plants on anything, because those seeds that he dropping needs to be planted somewhere that can receive and be rooted. A sower who just plants on anything, he's not a sower at all. You just a nigga dropping seeds on concrete. That's all you are. You wasting seeds. What's the point? You're not a sower for real. A sower for real is the one who's going to break the soil open and build that soil up and make it fertile enough to really even get the word of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? But how do you know? How do you know when you're at camp who ground is fertile and who's stony ground? You don't know. You know what I'm saying? You'll know in time if it catches. See what I'm saying? But if you got, they both look like soil. You throwing seeds on it, but the roots catch on one and don't catch on the other, because right underneath that is a bunch of rock, and you know what I'm saying, and stuff that's keeping the roots from catching. You just never know. Well, the ones whose roots don't catch, who are able to just be brought away and immediately from, because Satan come and grab them up, or lies start getting, those are the ones who are on stony ground, right? Go ahead.
Mark chapter 4, verse 16. When they have heard the word, immediately received it with gladness.
Yeah. Go
Verse
ahead.
17. And have no root in themselves.
And have no what?
No root in themselves.
Now, a lot of people hear this, and man, it makes them happy. It makes them glad until you say, well, brother, in order to serve God, I know you happy to hear that Jesus Christ is not white, and I know you happy to hear that, you know what I'm saying, you're an Israelite. And so now, since you happy to hear that, it's time to stop smoking the weed. Time to stop having sexual whores. Hey, what? Nah. I gotta stop smoking weed to love God. Yeah, you gotta stop smoking. Brother, this man, I don't know, man. This is them. You understand? Go ahead.
Mark chapter 4, verse 17. And so endure, but for a time. Afterward,
It says what?
So endure, but for a time.
These are all the people that left the Israelite school UPK, those are the ones who was able to endure, but for a time. You don't want to be that, but for a time.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Now, I'm testing you to see if you're that, but for a time type of dude. You understand? I say it all the time to Canunya. Hey, man, listen, I'm trying to get you out of here this month. People like, not going to happen. But the Lord is protecting y'all from a lot of things. Certain trials ain't even hit you yet. I done been through some things that'll make you drop the truth quick. You understand? All right, now, when them times come, are you going to be the one who stays? Are you going to be the one that goes? Are you the one who's going to endure, but for a time? Are you the one who's going to endure all the way until the end? Because Satan is going to try you. Go ahead, read.
Mark chapter 4, verse 17. Afterward, when affliction or persecution ariseth.
When what?
Persecution, affliction, or persecution.
Somebody, what is
ariseth.
affliction? What is affliction? Go ahead.
It's something that's affliction is like, say you got like something wrong with you.
Yeah, but go ahead.
I said, affliction when things don't go right with problems or something.
All right. When your life start going through turmoil, like right now, we all got financial problems. We just went and balled out at the goddamn fire weekend. Y'all know damn well we shouldn't have spent that money. Y'all know we should have went there and spent that money like that. But we went there. You know what I'm saying? And we did what we did to make the Lord's operation a success. And I'll pay that money any day. You know what I'm saying? But now you come home and you got to pay that car note. Yeah, you got some bills to pay. You trying to figure it out. That's affliction. You're afflicted. Your soul is afflicted. You in your mind, you like, damn, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. You grinding, you hustling, you trying to make things happen. Hell, I done hit the trooper 1,000 times. Hey, man, what's up with brother with that slave you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to catch up on money. You know what I mean? So, nevertheless, that's the affliction. And what else?
Or persecution.
You got the definition of affliction real quick? I know Mugger Bar, he always on it.
Persecution.
When I ask for a definition, Aki, y'all should be in y'all phone trying to get them definitions out. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of you brothers everywhere, not just here, a lot of brothers get to class and don't take notes, and this is why you have a problem with your classes. Now, here's something you may be doing. You might come to class, listen, ask your questions, and then when you get home, run it back and take your notes. That's what I would do if I ain't taking notes in class. But if you think you're going to retain everything right here, just because your mind is so awesome, you got the totally awesome mind, don't it? If you do that, you getting tricked already. You understand? Take your notes. Go ahead. Go ahead. Affliction definition. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The definition of affliction. It is something that causes pain or suffering.
Okay. Well, you can suffer in poverty. And oppression. That's suffrage. That's affliction. Persecution. It says or persecution. Persecution is when people are go ahead, we just get the definition. Definition of persecution. It's like prosecution or persecution. Go ahead.
It's like it's saying the active practice of persecuting, especially those who differ in origin.
I need the definition of persecute. Be like, hey, what's the definition of affliction? The definition of affliction is when you get afflicted. Like, nah, I need to know what affliction means. What's the afflict? Go ahead. Anybody know what persecute means? Go ahead.
Hostility and ill treatment, especially on the bias of ethnicity, religion, or sexual orientation or political belief.
Well, damn, the extra is what I didn't need. Just give me the first, the first read it again from the top.
Hostility and ill treatment.
Hostility and ill treatment. Now read because of what?
Especially on the bias of ethnicity.
Yeah, there you have it. Boom. You're persecuted because you're a nigga. You're persecuted because you're a so-called spick. You're a so-called wetback. A so-called banana boat. You're so-called everything. They just hit you with every proverb, period. And they persecute you because you was a nigga from the ghetto. What you thought? You come from Jesus Christ? Yo, you tripping, man. Smoke this weed, man. Smoke this weed, man. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, that's how they look at you. Go ahead, read.
Mark chapter 4, verse 17. When affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake.
For the what sake?
For the word's sake.
Not for just anything, but for the word's sake. So when your family start talking crazy to you and making you suffer because you can't see everybody that you love, they don't want to see you. Don't even come over here no more. You in that cult. You're in that cult. And don't come over here talking about, oh, Jesus is black. I don't want to hear that, man. Keep that religion over there. Multiple wives. What are you talking about? What do you mean you can't celebrate your birthdays? I'm gonna do it anyway. That's a piece of how it happens. Go ahead. Here go, hold on, wait. Here go for the sisters. Girl, you with that nigga? You with him? And he got how many wives? You stupid as hell, girl. I wouldn't be doing that. You stupid. Stupid for that. What makes you? Why would you even do that, girl? You better than that. You worth more than that, and da da da. And they don't never think to themselves to ask them, well, how many rides have you done in the past year? Well, I just want to do one forever. If that's okay with you. You know what I'm saying? But some of them just eat it right on up. Girl, you gonna just let that nigga tell you what you gonna do with your money? Huh? You gonna just let him tell you when he gonna take your car and when he ain't? You just dealing with these bums, huh? Bums. That's persecution. If God loved them so much, why y'all broke? You can see it all, and that's enough to draw her away. Why he always talking to you like that? And then she'll never say, because Mom, I'm just really a bitch to him. I just want him to accept me for being a bitch. They'll never say that. But they will say, I don't know. That's General Yohanan and them telling him that. General Muhammad and Captain Mawquad. I don't like that Captain Mawquad. He's always telling him to say this and say that. And he listen. He don't never think for himself and all that. It happens. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. Trooper, expect it to happen. All right. When you get all them new ribs, Kanunya, expect it to happen when you get all these new ribs. Kala, expect it to happen when you get all these new ribs. She like, damn, my wife, she's looking at it online right now. Yes, when Kala get the new ribs, Rapayala, expect it to happen. Oh, it already happened, didn't it? Yeah, to hell with them. It happened to me. It happened to all of us. And if you're the type of person who think that just because it's happening to you, that something strange is happening, it's so unique, brother. We all done went through this. We done all lost money, cars, houses, everything, man. Women, we done lost it all for what we doing, but we gained it back. So what's the point? Now you have it, now you don't. Then you have it, then you don't. One thing you'll always have is the truth. Go ahead, read.
Mark chapter 4, verse 17.
Hey, your rib said, don't be talking about that multiple wives stuff about my husband. Now I'm playing. She didn't say that. Hey, Kanani was about to be like, damn. Mungo Bar, make sure that if you could stand right there, make sure that plug is pushed into the top, please. The water. There we go. All right, go ahead.
Mark chapter 4, verse 17. Afterward, when affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake, immediately they are offended.
What? Immediately what?
Immediately they are offended.
Go ahead.
Verse 18. And these are they which ate sown among thorns, such as hear the word.
Say that again now. I think you.
Salaki. And these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word.
Go ahead.
19. And the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches,
The deceitfulness.
of riches, and the lust of other things entered in, choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful.
Yeah, and when you see a brother start putting money and all this other women and jewelry and all of that and deceitfulness and you know what I'm saying, when all you start seeing all of that, brother, then you just know he on his way up out of here. It was cool while he was here. Shalom. Don't worry about that. If you see his sister start doing that, you should know she on her way up out of here. Shalom. Lord be with you. Go ahead.
Mark chapter 4, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
And these are they which are sown on good ground, such as hear the word and receive it, and bring forth fruit, for some 30-fold, some 60, and some 100.
Now go back to the bottom of 19 where it says become unfruitful. Read
Mark
that.
chapter 4, verse 19.
Choke up the word and become. Go ahead.
Lust of other things entering in, choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful.
And becometh what?
Unfruitful.
When you see men like this, they won't produce in the truth. They won't. Only thing they're going to chase is money. Only thing they're going to chase is being comfortable. Only thing they're going to chase is women. Only thing they're going to chase is vanity. They be unfruitful. You can't get them to work. You can't get them to come to class. You can't get them to come to camp. You can't get them to give me more. Can't get them to get a brother a ride. Can't go ahead.
Pay their tithes.
Can't get a brother to pay their tithe. Can't get a brother to clean their house. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Can't nothing. Can't get him to do nothing. Why? Because he forever chasing money, forever chasing women, forever chasing alcohol, forever doing. You know what I'm saying? And those are the type of men that will be unfruitful. And when you see them, they're gonna fight you for telling them that they're wrong for doing it. And you choke it up. You understand? And those men are gonna be by the wayside. Get him out the way. That's what wayside means. Fall by the wayside. Get him out the street. You know what I'm saying? Get him out the lane. Get him out the job. He ain't ready for this, bro. let him stay right here and do what people right here do. People set up money tables and stores, and they stay there all day, every day until they get their money. And the truth, we ain't got time to be doing all that. We on the move constantly. We moving, doing what? Sowing seeds, teaching people. We invest and we get fruitful at this joint. We get better and better and better at keeping this joint rolling, keeping the ball rolling. Go ahead.
Mark chapter 4, verse 21.
Nah, you can stop that. Next person who got Proverbs 13, 3 and 11. You got who, Hebrews? Hold that. Somebody should have Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 11.
Said Proverbs chapter 3, verse 11.
Yes.
Got it.
Let everybody get there with you. Matter of fact, it's good to say it. Everybody there with me? And then if they say yeah, then go. Let's try that now.
All right, you got it? What?
1 second. All right, let's go.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 11.
And let me tell you something. You got to be a real soldier. What we call in the UPK gangster. You got to be a killer. You had to have the mind of a warrior, the soul of a champion in order to do this. And then when brothers correct you and brothers check you and they doing that because they see that you need the help and they love you enough to try their best to help you modify that bitch ass behavior that brothers be having. You understand? Go ahead.
That's like you said. What if you sit there and try to help a brother and they don't receive the help? People like that?
Well, read the scripture.
Done.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 11. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord.
What did God say?
Despise not the chastening.
Well, and when you got a man who despises the chastening of the Lord, then that's what you call a fool. You understand? He's an idiot. He doesn't even understand. He's feminine. He's effeminate. You know what I'm saying? Women who aren't trained properly on how to be a daughter, how to be a wife, or anything, they despise correction. See what I'm saying? Who are you talking to? Why are you talking to me like that? And get all emotional and act a fool. That's what women do. Men don't do that. You understand? The scriptures say what?
Despise not the chastening
He
of
said
the
what?
Lord.
Read it from the top.
My son,
My who?
my son,
My daughter.
my son,
My friend.
my son,
My cousin.
my son.
My son. Not my effeminate son. Not my watered down what's the boy name? Dwayne Wade's son? Zaria.
Sorry.
Not that type of son. Not that one. We talking about your son that can't stop punching. Always fighting. I'm getting calls that my son fighting at damn daycare all the damn time. I don't want to fight at daycare all the time, but I do want him to be a person that fights. You understand? You know what I mean? I don't want him to be soft. I'm too out. I want him to be a boy's boy. You know what I'm saying? Until he become a man's man. You understand? Somebody tough that wants to build and do construction and, put stuff together and take things apart and fight if he has to and protect if he need to. Now, this is the type of boy you're talking to. My son, do what?
Despise not the chastening of the Lord.
What's the chastening of the Lord? Go ahead, Trooper.
So like chastising, correcting them, giving constructive criticism by itself, checking.
There you go. What's the chastening of the Lord look like? Who wants to know? Who wants to answer the question? Go ahead.
I mean, it could come in different forms.
What does the chastening of the Lord usually look like?
Disciplinary action.
Yes, disciplinary actions. The Lord put us here to talk to you and check you before the Lord disciplines you. You understand? You know what I mean? Like what happened to David when he took that man's wife, that was the chastening of the Lord. When that prophet came and told him that he was wrong for that, and the chastening of the Lord is what? When his first child died. You understand? Killed that man he took that man to the front line of the battlefield knowing he was going to die. You understand? Knowing he was going to die. And he died. He took that man's wife, and God saw that. You see what I'm saying? And his son had to die for that. That's the chastening of the Lord. Go ahead.
It's like you said, and it was the intention that was in his mind to win his wife. He can't get her because he's still alive. So
Kill him
on the front lines.
Yeah, that was it. Now, if it was if he wanted to go on the front lines just because he wanted to do that for the nation of Israel, and that wasn't in the back of David's heart, and in his mind was to have sex with this woman, then David wouldn't have been wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? This man was a captain, wasn't he? You sent a captain in the front lines. He didn't already had his front line days. You know what I'm saying? He's a captain. Why are you sending a captain in the front lines? They're gonna kill him quick because he got rank. Everybody swarming on him because that's a juicy meal. Anybody ever play a game called it's one of my favorite games, man. The Mordor. You know what I'm talking about? Man, yo, when you kill a captain, you could be a low ranking person. You kill a captain, you get the rank of his you get his rank. If they kill you, and they could be a foot soldier. They kill you, they become a captain. You see what I'm saying? Because they killed a valuable target. When you take a captain and put him on the front lines, brother, everybody is going for his head. Everybody wants to try at this captain. They already know his fame. Hell, the Bible's talking about his name. You see what I'm saying? Tells you what type of man he was. He was a great captain. You put him on the front line, brother. He's ant food.
Like I said, it was another instance in the Bible with David. You know, him and this man, they went to go. You know, they were watching after the sheep of the local sheep herder guy.
Right.
And then, you know, his man went up to the guy and was like, you know, we watched your land or not. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, you could, man, you know, help us out.
Right.
He said, hell no. So David was going to go kill the man until the man's wife stopped him and was begging, like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I got you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then the Lord ended up killing the man anyway. You know what I'm saying? And David, he wasn't thinking about his wife. You know what I'm saying? But he wouldn't, you know, wife after that.
He had to wipe that thing up.
So just to point out, that was the difference between his thoughts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What he was, his intentions compared to his, he wasn't even thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Give him a hand. So let's keep reading verse 12. All right, go ahead.
Neither be wary of his correction.
Like, yeah, don't be weak when you get checked. The Lord's correction first comes in the form of a man that's above you checking you for the shit that you're doing that's wrong. And if you get weak, weary is weak, right? Faint, weary. Here's how you get weak. You get checked and a brother talking to you rough, and checking ain't cool. Correction don't come. Hey, brother, I noticed that you were doing the wrong thing, and just wanted to ask you if you could please just, I'm not doing it anymore. That's not a check-in, man. A check-in is, hey, listen, what in the hell are you doing? Why would you do that? Who taught you how to do that? Your mama taught you how to do that? We don't do that up in here. Get it together quick, or you're running the field, or get it together quick, or you're going to get fined. You're going to get rolled up. This ain't the place where you can come be a vagina. You're going to have to be a man here. That's what correction looks like. You know what I'm saying? I didn't never teach you nothing like this. You know better than to be doing it. Like, that's what the correction of the Lord looks like. Go ahead. First. That's the first form it's going to take. Unless the Lord is already, he can skip past that. He's going ahead and make you an example. Go ahead.
So what you just said was heavy. You join the white man's army, you got men yelling at you all day
Right.
and all night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a form of correction. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and here it's mild. You know what I'm saying?
It's really mild until Hebrew Academy come. And Hebrew Academy come. Let me cut you off. Hebrew Academy come. It's no more that we friends, we brothers. None of that. You going through the fire. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about no. My leg hurt, my arm hurt, my back hurt. I don't care about none of that. You knew that before you came in here. Hebrew, I don't care about your emotions. I don't want to do this. I don't. Well, then go home. I don't give a fuck what you do. Go home. This ain't for you then. You know what I'm saying? But men who want to make it through that, they make it through it because not only is it physical, it's going to be here. It's going to be spiritual. You think Hebrew Academy is about your body. It's not. Hebrew Academy is not about your body. It's about this. This having control of your body. Your mind having control of your eyes and where they go. Your mind having control. Well, first of all, the Lord having control over your mind is the number one thing. The second thing is you are allowing the Lord to make sure that you're able to use your mind to make sure that your eyes don't go where they need to be. Or your eyes don't look evil at your brother. You know what I'm saying? The intent in your eyes are pure. Like we just was talking about. The intent in David's eyes when he saw that man's wife was not pure. But the intent in his eyes when he looked over that man's flock and then the man died anyway, and he got another wife, his intent was pure. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is this. The Lord has to govern your mind. The Lord having the government over your mind means that your eyes will not have the wrong intent in them, which means that your ears will hate hearing the wrong things, which means that your mind has your tongue bridled. You know what having your tongue bridled means? Watch your fucking mouth.
Right.
That's what it means.
Right.
Watch how you talk to another brother. Don't be out here crazy talking to another brother for no reason, especially if you're not over the man. Watch how you talk to a man in here. Why? Because what you say out of your mouth could dictate what happens to you. You understand? The Lord, he teaches your hands how to go to war. The Lord teaches your feet where to walk and where not to walk. That's how, you know what I'm saying, it happens. Go ahead.
So what you just said with that precept, when the precept time will be, there's power, there's life and death in the tongue.
Yes, there is life and death in the tongue. If I was to teach you that selling drugs is the way to go, you're going to die. If I was to teach you that keeping the laws of the Lord is the way to go, you're going to live. And if I got to check the hell out of you just for you to understand that, then I would do it. But we got to watch what we say up in here, watch what we teach, and watch how we live. Excellent precept. All right, so go ahead. Anything else? Please.
The book
And
of
then-
Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 12.
Whoever was holding the Hebrews, get that ready, please. And then somebody give me James 1:13, Galatians 5:17, and then Ephesians. Yes, go ahead, you got it. Ephesians chapter. You might want to take that apocrypha. You might need that too. Ephesians chapter 6 and 11. All right, go ahead. Read what you got.
For whom the Lord loveth, he corrected.
See, listen. Here's what brothers don't understand. Love is not an emotion. All right. The Lord loves who obeys him. And people that obey him, when the Lord sees that you're not obeying him, he corrects you. Why? That's love. So when men that have power over you, or that are what the scriptures say, obey your masters, the men have rank over you. These are men who earn their rank by mastering the things that you're trying to go through. Go ahead.
We have the same rank.
You'll never have the same rank in the UPK. You'll never have the same rank. Go ahead.
Normally, like 50 over 50, like 50s, and what if y'all both the same?
If you're both the same in rank, you're still not the same in measure. Like, meaning, okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
If I become fit, he still on more seniority than me because he been an officer before.
There you have it. It's about who was raised up first. If you and him got raised up both at the same time to an officer of 500, whoever received that oil first, that's the man who's ahead of the other one. You understand? Okay. One second. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Another example. So like,
All right.
if you had twins, the first one come out the stomach is the older twin.
Give them a hand. Give them a hand. Even though they was born at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Even though Jacob and Esau was born at the same hour, same day, same woman, same man. But the eldest is the one who receives the birthright. The youngest don't. You know what I'm saying? Just so happens the younger did get that one. But just to break it down for you in a better way, if I have 3 men that are standing in front of me and I'm about to raise them all up to be officers of 1,000, the first person that I give his name to and put that oil on his head, or I say that prayer, put that oil on his head, that's the man who's going to be the highest ranking 1,000 first. Then the second man that I put the oil on his head, that's the man who's going to have rank over the last one. And then the last one, he's going to be the lowest rank of thousands. You understand? So there's different classes, same rank. Same way in Esau military. And Esau military, like, I'm the lowest ranking captain at 10,000. You understand? But I'm still at 10,000. But when Captain Yatazak come around me, he's my Lord. You understand? Because he has rank over me. You see what I'm saying? That's just how it works. So, you understand though? Do you get it? 1 second, hold on. Do you get it? Just answer them now. Somebody else might need to hear it besides you. What don't you understand? One second. Hold on 1 second. You're an officer of 50, right? What's his rank sitting next to you? Who outranks who? Why? Because he was raised up to be a 50 before you. If you was raised up before him, then even though y'all both officers of 50, you would be the senior officer of 50. See what I'm saying? Everything is done like that. Since you had a question? Okay. So you got a question?
So like I was gonna say
Go ahead.
as far as the job, we all started the job the same day. Whoever I'm in the union, whoever got their offer letter first got more senior over the people. Whoever got the annoying
Facts.
I
Facts.
got my offer letter a minute before you. I got hours rank.
Right.
I could work and not work. You got to work. You know what I mean?
Facts.
That's how it goes.
Facts. And that's just how it is. Unless a man got catapulted up. You know what I'm saying? So let's say you are right now underneath him, but y'all both in the same rank. Let's say you became an officer of 500 before he became an officer of 500. Then you would outrank him now because you got raised up to an officer of 500 first before he did. So now it flips. You know what I'm saying? So now, let's say he went from a trooper to an officer of 50, but then once he became an officer of 50, a week later he got raised up to an officer of 500. Then now he outranks everybody who's an officer of 50 because he got that rank over the men first. And then you could get ranked up and you can get ranked up to an officer of 500, but then after him, and he would still be the first one out of y'all. You understand? So you never know. Ranks fluctuate like that based on how you work, based on your maturity, based on your discipline, based on how you get shit done. That's how it works. Right now, I'm a captain of 10,000. But if the Lord ever saw fit for me to be a captain of 13,000, then everybody that outranks me now as at a 10,000 would be underneath my rank then. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. Nevertheless, you would know because who was raised up before you. And usually you would know if you pay attention to everything that goes on in Israel, you'll see when a brother got raised up because it happens Like
Right.
we should have been posted that the
Right.
young man was raised up to a trooper. The moment it happened, now there should be a post online from the Israelite School EPK in Milwaukee that says, "Congratulations to Trooper Kowal Shawai." So, but guess what? Doesn't matter because all troopers come in as troopers. There's no ranks amongst troopers. There's no trooper of 100, trooper of 1,000. Everybody is the same. But once he get raised up to be an officer, if he got raised up at 12 p.m. that day, and then somebody else got raised up at 3 p.m. later that day, they both was officer of 50s on that day, he would go into the books first as outranking that man who got raised up at 3 o'clock. You see what I'm saying? That's all. And it's just there to protect the integrity of the dispensation of tasks that we have to do when we building this work up. At the end of the day, we all brothers are. So I have to treat every last one of you equally as a brother in the law. But as far as this army, then we have rank. You know what I'm saying? So the laws apply to us all, no matter what your rank is. You could be a general. Well, generals would make a stupid mistake to trespass against a brother. You know what I'm saying? Intentionally at all. You know what I'm saying? But you could be a trooper. You could be a general. You're still not above counsel. Still not above the law. You understand? If a man does something wrong, God forbid, he a general, he does something or teaches something wrong or like in the purple faggots, excuse my French, y'all, in the purple girl group. You got Nate, brother, who at the top of the ladder, and he's wronging everybody. He's above, in their organization, he's above the correction. If Commander Junior Hunter, Lord forbid, ever would never happen, if Commander Junior Hunter was doing the things that Nate was doing in the UPK, then brothers would be taking him to counsel. He wouldn't be above the council. You understand? The law is the law is the law. Men just have to keep the damn law. That's all. With each other. How we deal with each other, we should do that in the law. That's why we different. That's why we said that's why we the best in the world, baby. The world's incredible. That's why we the most incredible thing on this earth, because we're able to be brothers with each other. And even when we're not above the law. You got to go answer for that. You answer for it, you be a man, stand up, take your lick, and just do better. Let me be the number one example of that. You understand? Let me be that. I got my lick, took it, still stayed, still wore, and actually went 3 times harder than I always do. So now the zeal that I had at first is amplified by 3. Now I just got to keep amplifying that and keep doing that. Let your camp leader be the example of how you should be as a brother. You take a slap on the wrist. Oh well, so what? I was wrong. You understand? I'm not making excuses for what I did. I was totally wrong. And I deserved that correction. And I took it just like David took his.
Right.
You understand? David took his correction like a damn man. Right. You got to do that. Same thing. And keep enduring until the end. One thing I know is I don't have nowhere else to go. Where I'm going to go?
Right.
And even if I had an option, I wouldn't take it.
Right.
Because I know that'd be Satan trying to set me up for the kill.
Right.
I could lead the truth today, and which I'm just speaking hypothetically. I'll never lead the truth. But if I left the truth today, and hell, Ronald Isley called me and said, I want you to come do this album with me. Heard the song and all this and all. I'm signing you a deal and all that. Brother, I know that is Satan setting me up for the trigger, my nigga. You hear me? Go ahead. Come on. Come on, man. Or I'll just probably be sitting there eating some food and breathe the wrong way. And now I got lobster in my throat the wrong way. It's never going to move. I'm dead. I suffocate. I'm black, but I turn blue. You know what I'm saying? Or I might be dumb enough to smoke another blunt. That'll be my last time I ever breathe. That's how the Lord works. And then I'll be sitting there talking about some, God, please help me. He gonna be like, I told you, man. This is funny. You'll be looking at the angels like, yo, check it out. He'll be here in 5 minutes. He'll be here. You can laugh at him when he get here. You know what I'm saying? You laugh at him when he get here, y'all. Go ahead.
Commander Giuliani said something at the first weekend. Like, I'm gonna get checked. I might get checked for this. He Commander Giuliani said other captain might check him for something. I don't know. He said something. He was joking, but he let you know he get checked.
He can't.
Correction.
Okay, listen. There's a way that a man underneath you can chastise you in the spirit, but he got to do it in the right spirit. He has to entreat you like a father. And if you wise, the men around you, their word to you is gold. Like y'all word to me is gold. I'm not finna sit here and not listen to what you got to say. That's why I always ask y'all, man, what we doing? We right? We good with this? Y'all catch me when I'm wrong. If y'all see me going off or see me about to say something out of the ordinary, you just be like, sir, you sure you want to say that, sir? Or you know what I'm saying? Like, brother, you know what I mean? The Lord will use the men that are around you that love you. And if you brothers love me like I love you, brother, we're immovable. Just because I'm your captain don't mean you can't be like, Salaki Cap. Salaki, I don't think that's right, sir. You know what I'm saying? Or Salaki Cap, I don't. If you allow me to just keep going in the wrong way, then you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't just allow your brother to veer off and go to the wrong spot. You know what I'm saying? That goes for me with y'all and y'all with me too. That's how you know that we are the disciples of Christ, by how we what? Finish it.
Oh shit.
How we love one another. All right? And when you serve the Lord, you shouldn't have the spirit of fear. Don't be afraid of the man that's above you, because thinking that because his rank is there, that you can't go to him and tell him something that you saw that you think is off. It's just the way that you do it. All right? And stand up. Don't be cowards in here. Stand up against all adversity, even if I'm being the adverse one. All right? All right, are we done on that? Go ahead.
Even as a father, the son in whom he delighted.
All right, no sweat. We dropped that. Who got Hebrews? Let me get up there to Hebrews with my Hebrews. All right, no sweat. Hebrews chapter 12. All right, no sweat. Let me get there with you. Let me get the Hebrews with my Hebrews. All right, hold on. I'm there with you. I'm in my time machine.
Hebrews chapter 2, verse 12.
12 and 4.
All right, I'm there with you.
Everybody get
Gone.
Read verse 3.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 3. For considering him that endures such contradiction of sinner amongst himself,
Against himself.
against himself.
All right. It says now, for consider him that endures such contradiction of sinners against himself. Go ahead.
Lest ye be weary and faint in your minds.
What does that mean? Who knows? Go ahead.
If I was to let you go against farther to the left side, I will be faint.
Yeah, I'll take that. When we read the rest, you'll understand a little bit better. Go ahead. I should let you read a little bit more, get some context.
Right? Hebrews chapter 12, verse 4. Ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin.
Go ahead, read on.
5. And ye haven't forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you and unto children. My son, despise not thy my son, despise not thy chastening. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, neither nor faint when art about, neither nor faint
Give him a hand, y'all. Give him a hand.
against thou art rebuked of him.
Right. So here's the deal. Some people died for this truth. Will you die for this truth? Here's how you know you one of the people that'll die for this truth. When you get checked out, don't pussify. Don't do that. Don't be weak. Don't be all emotional. Sometimes checkings is gonna come. Many people, you enduring a checking is easy. Some people died for this truth. You're not one of them. You're still alive. You understand? And you got to be willing to give your life up for this truth. If you're not, then of course, a checking to you is too much. Checking is too much. You understand? We're sitting here talking about, man, I'll die for this truth. I'll die for this truth. How many of y'all heard people say that all day, every day? Huh? You know how many people said it? You never heard nobody say that? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'll die for this truth. I'll give my life up for every last one of y'all, especially at camp. That's the most glorious death I could take. Kill me at camp. You understand? I'll take it. Now, how many of y'all heard somebody say, I'll die for this truth? All right, no sweat. Guess what? So if I'll die for this truth, you better believe I can take a check. You know what I'm saying? I can take one of those. I'm prepared to take a bullet. Why can't I take a check? If a man sit here and tell you, oh, I'll die for this truth, bro, I'll die for this truth, and he get checked and he talking about leaving the truth because he got checked, that brother, he won't die for this truth. He'll watch you die at camp. We're trying to make sure that we have enough brothers that we know for sure think and just like us. The ones that don't, they're gonna be cut with the chaff. They're gonna go over to Sakari or to GOCC or somewhere, but they won't be here. You know what I mean? Well, hold on a second. CQ, you got your hand up? Go ahead.
Slightly, sir. I've seen somebody get checked so hard he actually left the truth, and then a week later I seen him with Spark.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Go ahead. Well, there you go. See, the Spirit of the Lord in this house. The Spirit of the Lord is in this place. Yes, it was Hassad. You understand? Yeah, he got checked 1 week. Next week, he with Sakari being an altar boy. What you want me to tell you? Man, some fruity people out there, but go ahead.
Like he recently, I didn't know that. I met you, but he recently posted that he was in an old class with UK on his page.
Yeah, because I used to send them out to go teach class. Him and Lamak or him and Ayashala or him and Ayar or somebody. You know what I'm saying? This was before Kala. I had already left by the time Kala got there. But I would be there every now and then, you know what I'm saying, and helping raise Kala up. But, for sure. Yeah, I mean, punk is what punk does. Let me tell you. He having the time of his life over there, celebrating the Passover with strippers. That's what you want. That's what you're going to get. All right. Now, did I ask for James 1:13?
No, so I got it.
All right, let's get it.
This is James chapter 1, verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted.
No, how many men?
no man
Go ahead.
say when he is tempted,
Uh-huh.
I am tempted of God.
Meaning the Lord ain't the reason why you smoking that blunt, brother. The Lord ain't the reason why you left the truth, and now you at the Passover that you call the Passover. Now you got whores at the Passover after party. Strippers. You ain't know they were doing that? So now you looking at me like, what? What are you talking about? Fake Israelite groups went to said they did the Passover. Same place, got strippers in there, twerking it. And they like this. On video. I ain't making it up. This is what they doing. You know what I mean? Don't say that the Lord tempted you to smoke that blunt. Don't say that the Lord tempted you to go find another husband or go whore yourself out. Don't say that the Lord tempted you to wrong your brother. Don't say that, man. Don't say that because the Lord made you do that. Don't say that the Lord made you born LGBT and it's been trying to come out of you forever. And then, you know, when you got your first iPod, the first song you were listening to at night when you're going to sleep is, I'm coming out. One day you know you coming out, huh? You was born this way? Mm-mm. Go ahead.
Come.
13, please.
Come. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil.
Listen, let me tell you something. The Lord is not the one that's tempting you to go and commit sin. You understand? He's not. The Lord ain't tempting you to do that. The Lord don't want you to do that at all. But he does have somebody named Satan, an angel that's very good at his job, that gets in your mind and make you become the most obnoxious person that you could ever. When you looking at when you're done doing all the damage and you look in the mirror, you're gonna say to yourself, like, damn, why I do that? I don't even talk like that, or I don't even move like that. That's you acknowledging that something, another force had you doing something that you don't even really do. And why would I even talk to that brother like that? I don't do that. And why did I take them $20 off? I would never even do that. It was just the circumstances. I needed $20 and you got tricked. You know what I'm saying? By something that wanted you to fail. And it wasn't the Lord that did it. You understand? The Lord isn't the one who makes you have sex with another man's wife. That's not true. It was you. This is an accountability scripture. Be accountable for the things that you do and the things that you don't do. Be accountable for it all. If you don't come to camp, you don't come to camp. Don't blame the Lord for that. That's what you don't do. You don't come to class, don't blame the Lord and saying that, oh man, you know what? I didn't come to class, man, because you know this, that. Have some accountability. You know what I'm saying? Because you definitely going most high in Christ when good things happen to you, right? But when the bad things happen to you, man, don't sit here and blame the Lord like it's the Lord making you go through this. It's the decisions that you decided to make that end up catching up to you. And just self-accountability is what all real men should have. All real men should be like, you know what? It ain't nobody else's fault but mine. That's why that happened. I failed. And then when you do that, that's how you become a better person, because now you know what you failed at and you'll never fail again at it if you fight hard and not do that. That's the point. Be men in here. That's the whole point. You got to be men. Otherwise, ain't nobody going to come in here and follow you. They will look at you like, oh, you're never wrong, huh? You always got excuses. Oh, well, this happened and this happened because of that. And that happened because of this. And I can't do this because of that. And blah, 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 blah. Those are excuses. Let's stop with the excuses. Let's be grown men in here, because nobody want to come to another place. They just left the gangs. And before the gangs, they was in the Christian church. And they always see their mama and their aunties always making excuses, brother. These young dudes out here today, brother, they so hardcore, brother. They don't want to hear no excuses. They want to see you really doing what you said you do. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You can drop that. Let me get Galatians 5:17. So many beautiful scriptures. you know what I'm saying, that we ain't gonna be able to get them all in today. Go ahead.
You said 5 and 17?
Yes, and this will be the last one.
Everybody got it?
Yeah.
Gone.
Read verse 16 first.
Verse 16?
Yeah, Galatians chapter 5 and 16 first.
The book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit.
Walk in what?
In the Spirit,
Go ahead.
and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
All you got to do is keep the law, statutes, and commandments. If you live like that every day, that's what it means to walk in the Spirit. Just live like this. Like, don't cap about it. Like, oh, we in the church. Walk that. Walk the walk like you talk the talk. If you do that, read.
Ye shall not. Oh, sorry. For the flesh lusteth against
No. Read, ye shall not what?
Ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
It's just that simple. If you keep the laws of God, then you won't fulfill the lust of the flesh. That's the number one thing, bro. You want to know how to stop being a scumbag? Keep the laws of God. It's just that simple. People complicate this thing in the Christian church. It's really not. Learn the law, learn how to keep them, and then you ain't got to worry about all the filthiness that comes with what your body wants, what your instinct wants, what you crave as a creature. Don't worry about that. Your mind will be stronger than your body did. Go ahead, read.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
Give me an example. Go ahead.
One of the spirits, not spirits, one of the examples of your flesh lusting after something is
Going for it. What is going for it?
Yeah. Give me another one. Reply. Against the spirit. Like, you know the law, right? Go ahead.
Go sell drugs.
Yeah.
And your mom telling you not to. Do anything.
But what if your back was against the wall? What if your back against the wall? Your daughter's hungry. Daddy, I'm hungry. What you supposed to do then?
Keep the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Sounds right. Go ahead.
I was gonna say seek counsel.
Yeah, for sure. See counsel. Go ahead.
I would say something else. You hang with your friends now, passing weed around. No, we talked earlier. One waiting to get there. She waiting to break the law. She waiting. She's doing that. He in there and see.
Yeah, for sure.
She always peeping. So when you do hit it, that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or go ahead.
I was about to say, so watch it do it.
There you go. There you have it. Here's another one. You out, you know what I'm saying? Let's say, I got to use Kananya on this one. Let's say Kananya, he out with the guys, right? He ain't with us, though. He out with the guys, with the fellas that he used to hang with. He's sipping, everything nice, you know what I'm saying? And they say at the end of the night, the vibes are so turned. They're like, man, we finna go to the strip joint. The strip joint. It's like, well, ain't nobody here to know. Cap ain't here. A Mungo Bar ain't here. ZQ ain't here. Hell, my wife ain't even here. I'm just going there for 5 minutes. If I don't like it, I'm gonna leave. That's lust. That's the flesh of the lust fighting against the spirit. The laws is the spirit. The lust is what you want to do. I'm not saying that's what you do. I'm not saying that's what he's done or does. That's not his reputation. But
Right.
I had to bring it to us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So here's what I know Kananya would do. He would win that battle. Hey, y'all finna go where? All right, no sweat. My finna go to what's that spot we be getting the food from after the club? Yeah, we finna go to Chicago, so I'm going to the crib. I'm not finna go. Why would I go to the strip joint to look at something that I got to pay for if I want to have sex with it? And everybody have sex with it when I could just go grab me some food, go to the crib, and have fun with my wife. She'll do everything the damn stripper do in the bedroom. So why in the hell do I got to go to the strip club and get with a hoe? That's how you fight against the flesh. Like the spirit of the Lord will have you thinking the right way now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but bro, don't act like you ain't never been this dumb or know somebody that this was stupid, just this stupid, that would go to the club, got a woman at home. As a matter of fact, got about 3, 4, 5 little joints he's sliding on. Bag, just a stripper bag. They'll go out with the fellas and then go to the stripper joint. And then avoid going to the crib where you got a woman who waiting, hoping that you come home because she got on something nice for you. Instead, you go to the stripper joint with your partners. Try to hide it as if you had sex with a stripper. You know what I'm saying? Go home. She go through your phone. You wake up with the gun in your face. Or you wake up with the pot of grits. Y'all know Grandma Quad, he tell you about them grits. They gonna put the cheese in it too. Hey, with the salt and the pepper. Or if you like them with sugar, it don't even matter. Whatever, they gonna wake you up. You can be like, ooh, she cooking some good. You gonna wake up to that splash. Nigga. You wake up with something hot on you. I saw what you was doing on your phone. Brother, I'm telling you, bro. To me, bro, men in the world are the weakest niggas on the planet. Are the weakest on the planet, bro. Because you will lie to a woman, bro, that bleed every month. You'll lie. You a coward, won't you? If you're gonna do it, just be one of them men that just be like, okay, yeah, I went to the strip club last night. What's up, man? You cooking something in the morning or what? Be him. Don't be the. No, babe, I ain't. I just went out with the fellas. They'll lie about everything, man. We went out. We weren't even feeling that for real. We went back to Tony them house. We was playing cards. Yeah. No, whole time you at the strip club. Go ahead.
And then you got that one friend that call you and you got him on speaker and she right next to you. Hey, you remember that chick we was with, bro?
No, bro. No. Oh, no. No, you talking about when we went to Chick-fil-A? I mean, we went to Chick-fil-A.
That girl Jane, she had that twin sister.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, for sure. Read on. Let's finish this scripture so we can close this class out.
And these are contrary the one to the other.
Either you're going to be a man that follow the Lord's law or you're going to be a man that follows what your lust want. Go ahead.
So that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Meaning, what you really would do, you can't do that no more, man. You know what I'm saying? You get into an argument with a brother. Like I got a violent demon that I fight all the time. I be wanting to really put my hands on people, and like if I'm serious, man. Like the scriptures say, confession is good for the soul, brother. I be wanting to fight people. I don't know what y'all demons is, but I be wanting to get violent. So if I'm at the store or something, or we out at the club or something, I might have on some brand new mics. Somebody step on my joint. My first reaction is, man, slap his head off his face. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. I really would used to do that, bro. What you? Wow. Now we turn the whole club up over some leather shoes that I step on, bro. That my stinking ass feet is in. My feet don't stink. That was just saying. But I'm stepping on this leather, bro. So I can step on the leather. He can't. He ain't intentionally do it, but I'm still gonna set it up. That's what I would do. But the scriptures say right there, it says, so what?
So that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because the Spirit of the Lord teaches me to love my brother like I love myself. So now what I would do is when the brother be like, damn, my bad, bro. I ain't mean to step. Damn, and them the new joints too. Man, I ain't mean to step on them joints. I say, man, what size you wear? You can have these. I don't care, man. It's leather. It's dead leather on my feet. That ain't worth your life. You know what I'm saying? It ain't worth your face. Go ahead.
Like I said, that was made in China in a sweatshop.
Come on, man. It was made for 50 cents
Right.
in China
Right.
in a sweatshop. You got residue of shrimp on these joints. Octopusy on it. I don't want that. I'm good. You get, bro, to hell with these shoes. What you drinking, bro? I ain't tripping on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you stepped on my shoe, man, what you drinking? I want you to know off the rip, I'm not even on that at all. At all. That's the way that the Spirit of the Lord helps a man really gain a brother. I don't care about these shoes. What I care is if you don't think that I'm a threat to you because you stepped on these leather shoes that's cheap as hell anyway. I don't care about these shoes. What you sipping? Sipping the Henny? No sweat. Hey, bartender, get him a Henny and a Coke. Hey, man, look, man, the hell with them shoes, man. Clap the glass with them. Hey, man, these shoes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your night. I ain't tripping on nothing. You apologized. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get it twisted. Now, nigga just come up and step on my shoes, dog. Talking about something.
Challenge you.
Yeah, I'm going to be like, bro, why my shoes? Why not his shoes? Why mine? My shoes? Bro, why you step on my shoes like that, my man? And then look at me like that bad kid that you tell them don't do nothing and they you trying me now, right? Go ahead.
So like that reminded me of a long time ago. Dudes on the bus, train, stepped on dude's toe. He said, "Stepped on the toe. You ain't sorry. You ain't see that before. You ain't sorry. You stepped on my else's toes, man. You see that? You was looking at the C's and the O's. You was looking at the C's. My toe. I do so good.
I
He
ain't
was
see
seeing.
that.
That's funny.
I ain't see that, man. That had to be funny. But you'll know, you know what I'm saying? Even in that situation, man, it's still better to just walk away out. So some of the best fights that you win are the ones you don't fight. You see what I'm saying? Because you got to think about the situation you in. What if a nigga did do that to me? Come step on my toes and just look at me like this. I'd be like, man, why you looking at me? I don't care about these shoes. You have them. You want it? Oh, you want these shoes? I don't care about these shoes, bro. You know what I'm saying? I care more about you than I care about anything in this club anyway. I see you got a demon on you anyway. I don't care what you drinking. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So like, you say that he could be angry at the world, something going on, have a gun on.
You
I'm gonna take dude out.
right. Just to
Thinking
do it.
You're a man, the guy. You see that.
Right.
So David's own. You know what I mean? So
Right.
walking away from it.
Sometimes, man, sometimes that brother he really just might be a cry for brotherhood. He might see how good we move in brotherhood and feel like, man, them niggas think they better than me up in this mug. I need brothers like that. He come step on my shoes intentionally. I just be like, bro, I ain't tripping. You know what? My bad for putting my foot right here for you. Am I in your way? My bad. That you know how much, brother. You know how hard it is to do that, especially when they trying you in front of the whole club. Hey man, listen, bro. My bad. My foot was even in your way, bro. My bad. What you drinking? You know what I'm saying? You throw the whole demon above on. Like, wait, what? Or I could just be rash and just be violent and slap the dog piss out of him. And then we got to shoot it out after the club, Akim. Y'all know that, right? And then I'm going to be in the council with the general like, the boy, why in the hell did you just not walk away? Now, one of your brothers is shot and we in a hot, now what? It's because of you, bro. Because you didn't, you know what I'm saying? So, bro, sometimes it's just not even, it ain't even that serious. If a brother come up and get a punch on me, brother, then he deserved that punch because I should have been on point enough to block that joint. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you throw that punch and I block it, whatever I do to you after that, Lord be with you. That's your face, the ground, they married. Go ahead.
It's like you said, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you just said was like heavy. You know, it takes a lot of strength for a man, especially if you're going through Hebrew Academy and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You learning how to kill and take a man out and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You got everything in your arsenal to beat him, to win. But the fact that you know that you can do that, and you like, you know what, brother, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? And you using brotherhood to quell the situation, you know what I'm saying? You using another alternative besides violence, you know what I'm saying? And that really puts the Lord on your side. So if you really want to try, man, look, the Lord is against him anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Facts. Go ahead.
What if the white man do that
Lord be with him. And you know the Lord ain't with him. White man come play with me like that, he ain't my brother.
Right.
He don't have restraint when it come to my brothers as the police.
Right.
Brother, listen, I'm telling you, he put himself in a Shark Tank, he gonna get big.
Right.
Go ahead.
You can't share your boots on anyway, but
I mean, I got boots,
I know, I'm just saying.
but
Jordan had boots on where you go.
I think my boots are more valuable than Jordans. Just keep it 100 to you. These Jordans, I scuffed them. Listen, I'm telling you straight up, just like that, bro. I take pride in my boots. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn if I bought them for $30. I scrub them, I clean them, I shine them, all that. I want my boots to be nice. I don't want you to come up and scuff my boots. I go to war in these. But the mics, man, you can have these joints. You want them? They don't mean much to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Not especially not more than my brother's life.
Right.
If I can end the situation before it ever happens, with us, the UPK in Milwaukee, having to fight it out and shoot it out with the GDs or the Moes or the Stone, for what? Why? If I'm thinking about, when we out, I'm not just thinking about my life and my safety. I'm thinking about the safety and the lives of every last one of you brothers that got to go home to your family. That's what I'm thinking about. And if we all think like that, then we won't be rash to want to get into these altercations. We won't be so quick to want to do that. But if we have no choice, whatever come our way, we going to thrash. And I'm not talking about we just fighting. I'm talking about, brother, we got to really immobilize people to get the hell up out of there. And that's just what we got to do. But we will never have to do that. You want to know why? Because we men of wisdom. We men of the spirit, not of our own lust. And if we men of the spirit, then we'll fight against the things that make us want to do things that'll put us in harm's way. Because really, we really getting into a trick bag. Really, you don't understand that Satan thought about this all day. How to put you in a trick bag. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord allowed him to do it. Satan say, man, I bet you if I could do this to da 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 and XYZ and blah blah blah, he'll do this. And the Lord say, not Kawasha. Why? He ain't doing that. I ain't no sweat. Go test him. We know it's in the Bible, right? Brother, just pass the test. That's all. Just pass the test. And endure until the end and be a soldier. That's all you got to do. And it just makes life so easy in the work of the Lord when you understand what your job is in the work of the Lord. You got too much to lose, and everybody else you got too much to gain. Nobody else has nothing to lose out there, bro. That's why life is cheap to them. On my way to class, I see a car in the middle of the road. I don't know if y'all passed it. It's a car in the middle of the road. You want to know what happened right before I got there? A shootout. Somebody crashed. Boom. They hop out. They ran in the grass. 3 of them ran this way. 4 of them ran that way. Police locked down the whole block. Got army guns out ready to shoot a brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, life is cheap out here now. You got to make life worth something and mean something and be valuable by how you move with your mind. Don't be a carnal dude. Just be a man of the Lord. Go ahead.
So like scripture came to my mind, I don't know if it go with it, but we're wrestling out against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities.
You can put that there. You can definitely put that there.
That's the spirit battle.
That's the point. That once you realize that, when you realize you battling against spirits, just know the chief spirit that wants you dead is Satan. With that, pass the class over to Priest Officer Mungabar.
Clap it up. Well, the Isupk security announcements. Well, the Isupk started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Road for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months.
Hold on 1 second before we do that. I had a class online. I have a question online real quick. Give me Genesis chapter 38, 7 and 9. This Officer Ayar, he wants to know, is it saying that you can lay with your brother's wife?
It's like, 37,
38 and 7.
38%.
Go ahead.
Anybody else got it?
Tom,
38%. The book of Genesis, chapter 38, verse 7. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord. And the Lord slew him.
Lord did what to him?
Slew him.
Go ahead. So first of all, this man is dead. He was wicked and he died. All right, go ahead.
And Judah said unto Onan,
Onan is his brother who's alive. You can't talk to the dead. He said, what?
Go in unto thy brother's wife.
Go do what?
Go in unto thy brother's wife.
Now, this is a dead man. Is he going into this woman anymore? No, he's dead. But that bloodline still got to do what he got to do, right? You know, it's the bloodline that Christ came through, right? So go ahead.
And marry her.
And do what?
And marry her.
This is another sex is marriage scripture. First of all, there's another sex is marriage scripture. Go in unto her and marry her. Right? Go ahead.
And raise up seed to thy brother.
And raise up what?
Seed to thy brother.
The brother is dead. You raising up seed to your brother, meaning you're giving your brother a chance to come back into this world. You know what I'm saying? You giving your brother children. You know what I mean? Like that's what you're doing because you have the same father. You can give him the same, you know what I'm saying, the same bloodline. Nas said it best. What he say? The rebirth, I come back through the birth of my seed. Yeah. Come back through the birth of your seed. That's why he wanted to give him. This is a law. This is a law of the brother. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. If my brother was to die and he was in the truth, he didn't know. Right now he don't know. But if my brother was to die, you know what I'm saying, and he didn't have no children, it would be my duty to marry his wife. So that as much as you don't want to do it, Onan didn't want to do it. Onan didn't want to do it because he didn't want to have sex with his brother's wife out of loyalty to his brother, but he didn't have loyalty to what his father said, who was a man of the Lord. You understand? So the Lord was telling him to do something. Onan didn't do it, and that was where he sinned at. Onan didn't do it because there's a law of the brother. This is the law of the brother. So no, you can't have sex with your brother's wife if she's alive. I mean, if he's alive, no. If he dies, then yeah, for sure, you're supposed to do it according to the law. Go ahead. If he has no kids, if he has no sons.
What if that chief said no?
Did you just hear it say it was a law? Well then, she gonna say yes to somebody. It's the law. It's the law of the brother. Back in the days, women didn't rebel against the spirit of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, they just didn't. Today, I know it's just so, today-ish. Back in the day, sisters didn't have no problem with doing what Israelites do. Go ahead.
Oh, so I just had a precept. So what bringing out. This is Romans chapter 7, verse 2. For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband.
Yeah.
So long as he liveth.
So long as he what?
Liveth.
If he ain't living no more, go ahead.
But if the husband be dead, she is loose from the law of her husband.
There you have it, and that's it. So let's kill the class. No, you can't have sex with your brother's wife unlawfully. He got to be dead. All right, go ahead. Let's just do a courtesy salute real quick. Courtesy salute.
Men of Israel, I magnify